The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now, your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a wonderful Wednesday edition of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco and the SWBC studios as we preview the Dallas Cowboys defense versus the San Francisco offense. It's a divisional round matchup in the NFC playoffs coming up on Sunday. We've got Isaiah Stanback. We've got Patrick No-C Walker. Yes, as always, Chris Beam running the mothership in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastico.
Yes.
Very nice.
Hey, great job yesterday, KY.
Thanks, man.
Little Baylor versus Texas Tech?
Texas Tech.
That's what he does. He does.
Baylor, Texas Tech out in Lubbock had a nice little national radio game last night. It was a blast.
Sing a Bears.
You just wake up in the morning and you pee excellence.
That's excellent.
I try to. I try to.
I never listen to radio like that. So like I walk in the bedroom last night getting ready to, get in bed. My wife's like, "What are you doing? Who are you listening to?"
Who is that?
She's like, "Is
Listen
that
to
Kyle?"
Kyle.
I'm like, "That's right. That's
Listen
Kyle."
to Kyle.
Don't you ever question who I'm listening to?
Listen to the KY.
Lots of fun. Compass Media Networks giving me the opportunity to go out there to Lubbock and call that game last night. Great crowd.
And then you
good game.
came back.
Huh?
You came back.
I came back. I woke up at 2:45 this morning and got on the road.
You
so
went to
I
bed
could be
at what,
here.
11?
I went to bed. I got in bed at 12:30.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how much he cares about you guys, Cowboys.
That's
Nation.
it. That's it. That's what I'm here for.
Game this week.
Do have a big
The
game.
biggest.
And we got to get to talking about that topic. That's what's most important here overall. So let's do some news and notes, shall we?
Let's see. Well,
Patrick No-C Walker.
WWRD, what Rob do. So the Cowboys are evaluating the status of Jason Peters as well as Jaron Kearse going into this short week against the San Francisco 49ers. Jason Peters suffered a hip injury in the obliteration of Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There was a bit of optimism voiced by owner and general manager Jerry Jones on Tuesday morning to 105.3 FM The Fan. He said the team does have some hope that it's not a long-term issue. They'll obviously know more as the week goes on. Head coach Mike McCarthy said yesterday that Jason Peters, however, is not expected to participate in Wednesday's walkthrough as they, run some more tests and just basically monitor him over the course of this short week. I mean, it is a 40-year-old guy, short week. So he's got a hill to overcome in order to be available. And if he's not available, then they'll likely default to the original offensive line setup. To the left, that is. So that's Tyler Biadasz, center, Connor McGovern at left guard, and Tyler Smith at left tackle. Jaron Kearse, immediately after the game, Jaron Kearse left the game in the third quarter as well. With a knee injury, he had to be helped off the field, was not putting weight on that leg. Scary at first, but talked to Jaron after the game. He said, "I'll be fine. I'll be all right. It's nothing major." And that sentiment was carried by owner Jerry Jones as well as Mike McCarthy on yesterday. Mike said that he expects Jaron Kearse to participate in the walkthrough today. So that is very, very good news because as we all can agree, Jaron Kearse is going to be needed against this San Francisco 49ers offense. Some lesser injuries, Israel Mukuamu dealing with a little bit of a thing, but he's expected to participate in the walkthrough as well. Peyton Hendershot left the game temporarily with a thigh issue. He's fine. He's expected to participate. So the only injury-related news that's really of some concern, I would say, is Jason Peters. We have to see how he goes over the course.
What would you say your confidence level is right now in Peters coming up this week?
Short week, hip issue, 40-year-old guy. I'm not confident.
That's kind of where I'm at as well. And honestly, you have other options. It's not like that was a be-all, end-all, and you need him out there. You would rather have him available? Absolutely. But is it a be-all, end-all that he needs to be starting and playing the majority of the snaps? Probably not on that offensive line, right?
No, and I've been honestly, I was beating on a drum, beating on the table, standing on the mountaintop, yelling
from the mountaintop
about Jason Peters, and I've honestly been underwhelmed. in his performance, unfortunately, in terms of the contributions that he's been able to make. So though we definitely wish him, to get healthy, I don't feel as if we're missing a lot of production. So that's about as much.
I'd say the main thing that you'd be missing is the ability to flex McGovern into that jumbo package to help that run defense.
Very true.
That's where I think if Peters cannot go, and time will tell, if he can't go, then that what you unveiled or re-unveiled, for lack of a better way to put it, against the Buccaneers, you may not have that.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What's your idea?
How about we sub out McGovern and put in Hankins
at
the fullback position?
I would like that if Big Man wasn't coming off of an injury.
Okay. I'll swap that out. How about we go to somebody who has fresh legs since they weren't active last week? Neville Gallimore.
Oh, I knew where you were going with that.
Got a little nasty to him.
I knew what you were
nasty
going.
to him. Huh? Put him in the backfield.
But if you want the bigger body, Cubo.
I like
He was also inactive last week.
That's what I'm saying. He's healthy. Cubo has been inactive the past 2 weeks. So if you want fresh legs,
yeah,
it's fresh. The freshest of legs. Yeah, the fresh.
I think while we're at it, we give a call, and Chris Beam will know this reference, but you give a call to Laquan McGowan. Back in the day, a little Baylor tight end. He was 380 pounds. Back in the 2016 season, I think.
380 was
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
Yeah, you could do it.
Oh, no. That was Sean Oakman. Different guy. Same game, different guy. Sean Oakman was a transformer.
That was number 80.
Yeah.
And 80 looked very small on his jersey.
He wore number 80 because you put a 3 in front of it, and that was his weight. He was a massive dude.
Guys.
He was a big dude. So let's give him a call. Why not? Terrence Steele caught a touchdown pass last year.
Damn right he did. Damn right he did. And more realistically speaking, they could find ways to still execute that jumbo package without Big Mac back there. Farniok is ready to go, but still not officially activated from IR, and his 21-day window is approaching as far as expiration. If I'm not mistaken, it's this week. It might be next week.
It's next week.
It might be next week. Okay.
We're in. I think it's like day 8 right now.
You might be absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But Farniok could be an option. You could activate him and use him in some fullback packages.
At my weight right now, I might be active.
Yeah, you want to get a call? Get out there,
suit up.
Nah, brother.
Suit up. But that would be the only major thing as far as if Peters can't go is. Would that negate their jumbo package with Mac? It would negate it with McGovern. But would they still try to use that package and just try to find a sub out for McGovern? Maybe Farniok, I wouldn't say Aviant because he's a tackle, but and you're going to need that with Jason Peters down. But we'll see. They might get creative.
Now, speaking of subbing out and getting creative, what was the general reaction? Of course, Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan talking about it. Brett Maher, what are your options outside of the Cowboys? Because right now you're going to stick with Brett Maher, but just so fans know, where could you go? What are your options outside? Can you go sign somebody off the street, or is that 53-man roster locked?
The 53-man roster is locked. But to answer that question as far as where you could go, the thing about kicker is it's, for the most part, locker room notwithstanding and those types of intangibles, a kicker is more so on an island as far as his operation. Obviously you got the holder and that whole procedure, but you could theoretically drop a kicker in, and if he's hot, then he's hot. He's going to make his kicks. If he's cold, then he's cold. He's not going to make his kicks. It's not similar to trying to learn a scheme is what I'm getting at, right? You're not learning a scheme on defense. You're not learning a scheme on offense. It's can you kick? Can you kick? If you can kick, come in here and kick. So it would be much easier from a positional standpoint to swap that out at this point, at this juncture. But they're not going to do it, though.
What's your confidence level
in Maher?
In Maher right now.
I'm fine, man. It was a bad day at the office. It was a bad day at the office.
So you like what, 90%?
Historically bad day at the office.
Bad day. Are you at 90%?
I'd even go 95.
Okay.
Here's my stance on it, and I answered it in the mailbag. I think the mailbag on this went live yesterday. If not, it'll go live today. The question was, should the team move on from Brett Maher? My answer is no. And I love that Dak Prescott put it so eloquently. He said, "I played like sugar honey blank blank." In Washington, and then look what I was just able to do, bounce back. Is resiliency. This is a team built and designed around resiliency. So if we, as analysts and fans, continue to buy into that, and we continue to have reasons to, as we've had, then you can't sit here and say, well, Maher having a bad day as compared to the season that he's put
absolutely.
forward and helped save some games for the Cowboys, that he doesn't get the grace to have a chance to bounce back and be resilient. I don't agree with that. I think it was a bad day. Bad day's over. He'll probably win the game in San Francisco.
What's your confidence rating?
I would say probably 80%.
Oh, you dropped down to 80.
Yeah,
fine.
kicker it's volatile.
Okay.
It is. It's up and down. You've got your good, you've got your bad, and you're going to have to take the mountains with the valleys, just like anything. Dak Prescott, I thought, said it really well following the game when he outlined it as, look at what I did last week. Look what happened last week with me. It was the worst game of my career. And then he turns around, he has the best game of his career. That doesn't always happen.
Facts.
You can't expect that to happen. Brett Maher's not about to go out there and hit 3 straight 60-yard field goals and win the game 9-6. It's not going to happen. Period. It won't happen. If it does, I don't even know what I'll do.
You have been
learn how to do a
Nostradamus lately.
backflip. I'll figure something out.
But he's not going to miss 4 extra points
listen,
again.
Exactly.
either.
That's not happening
Right.
again.
My confidence level is at 100.
Okay?
At
With
100.
that.
You going all the way up?
195.
I'm at 100.
I'm at 80. I'm a little more realistic.
Some
right
people
there,
have bad
95.
games. Some people have terrible games. But it is what it is. This dude is still tried and true. He's been
fine.
your
If he
ace
didn't
influence
have
from
the
beginning.
regular season of consistency that he did,
Absolutely,
this
but
would be a
that's different story.
completely different topic.
Yeah, he wouldn't be here.
No.
He wouldn't be here. But I have 100% confidence in him. You could see the hurt in his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
You could see the hurt in his eyes. It wasn't like he was like, whatever.
Oh, no.
Like he was
devastated.
It was devastated, and he felt like he was letting his team down. And any competitor that feels that way is going to do everything in their power to ensure that never happens again. And I have full faith and confidence in him that he is going to help the Dallas Cowboys this week and hopefully beyond.
It's been the story of the season, resiliency. And again, Brett Maher has earned the grace to be allowed to come back and make right a bad game like he had in Tampa Bay. Everybody on this team has done it time and again. That's why this team has not suffered a 2-game losing streak and will not suffer a 2-game losing streak and hopefully won't suffer a 1-game losing streak at all going forward. But, I mean, you saw what Dak Prescott was able to do after a very poor outing, came back and had the best game of his life on one of the biggest stages against the greatest quarterback of all time. Brett Maher has saved games for the Cowboys this season. He's had a resurgent year, arguably a Pro Bowl caliber year, even without the nod. And let's just be glad he got that out of his system.
Yeah, get it out of the way in a game like that now.
In a game like that.
I put out a
Or didn't affect the outcome. of the
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
I put out a conspiracy theory in the studio the other day. I got shot down very quickly by Nate and Isaiah. It was that Brett Maher was missing the kicks on purpose just because it was trying to keep everybody else on the sideline on their toes, trying to make sure that everybody else was doing their job the right way. They didn't let up. They kept their foot on the gas the whole time. It was all intentional. It was a motivational tactic.
Let's go with that.
It's not. That's not the case. That's not the case. Hopefully. And I do think it won't look like that again. You're not going to miss 4
It's just
straight.
not.
It's not going to happen.
But I will say, to this discussion, Jerry Jones did kind of hint at the possibility, and this could be subterfuge, but he did hint at the possibility of the Cowboys having more conversations this week about potentially being more aggressive as far as 2-point conversion attempts.
Yeah.
So I think that while Maher is definitely going to get grace, the grace that he deserves, if he does miss a point after, then you'll see that rope get tugged, and you'll start seeing some 2-point conversions. NFC Championship is on the line. NFC Championship appearance.
Got to play to win, not playing to lose.
Yeah. So, but yes, no, I'm not moving on from Brett Maher.
Good. There you go. All right, so now that we've gotten the Brett Maher talk out of the way, let's talk about this 49ers offense and the Dallas defense. Who has the advantage going into Sunday? We'll talk about that when we come back with more Talking Cowboys right after this.
When you build, you start with the foundation. And home ownership is a foundation of a stable future. The Bank of America Community Home Ownership Commitment has helped over 34,000 people lay the groundwork so far, with up to $10,000 towards your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less. The satisfaction of owning your own place can become a reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Little Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Little Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT? Yeah, and I don't even know what that is. It's a non-fungible token. Everyone chance on something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a coffee club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Isaiah, how about you read this?
Which one you got there?
Fan of the year. Go right there.
Let's go. NFL Fan of the Year. James Wright is your 2022 Cowboys Fan of the Year.
Yeah, he is.
James brings the spice to every Dallas Cowboys game, and now he needs you to help him bring it to the Super Bowl. Vote for James to be given the ultimate title of NFL Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, by casting your vote at NFL.com/fan of the year.
You know what? And we met James on Monday afternoon.
He was in Tampa.
Yeah. Nick Eatman, myself, and Bobby Belt, we were enjoying some lunch Riverside, getting our mind together for what was going to be a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.
V-Day.
James Wright strolls up looking all wonderful in his Cowboys suit and Cowboys custom hat.
Okay.
And a fantastic person, fantastic human being. Congratulations, James. Keep representing, my guy.
I think James needs to hook Patrick up with the same get-up.
I'm with it.
The exact same Cowboys suit.
Because yesterday we didn't get the hat.
There's no hat yesterday.
You know, I mean, I understand why you didn't bring the hat, but the people want the hat.
You got to lock in for round two.
I'm
It's
with
not
you, man.
over.
That's
It's
fair.
not over.
Not settled.
What did Mike say yesterday? He said it's one win.
Yeah.
All it guarantees is four more quarters.
Weren't we supposed to wear hats on the set the other day?
Well, we had headsets on.
That's true.
I got to get me
Yeah.
an
That's
actual
what
Stetson,
beat
like
it at.
your situation when you. That
I got a
thing-
new joint
that
too.
thing
The
was-
wife hooked
Did
me up with,
you?
Oh, she got me a little buffalo
You gotta give me your-
hide one.
You got to give me your connect though. You got to give
Hey,
me your connect.
them Australian buffalo hide ones, them things are
Give me your connect.
nasty. Sorry, Peter.
What you doing tomorrow?
Huh?
What you wearing tomorrow? Bring it for Say It With Your Chest Friday. I see what you're saying. You see what I'm trying to make happen
I
here.
see what you're cooking.
Okay.
See what you're cooking.
All right, when you're watching film, Isaiah,
Yes.
this San Francisco team, they jump off the page in a number of ways.
Oh my gosh.
They jump off the page with Deebo Samuel. Check.
Yeah.
Jump off with it with this guy named Christian McCaffrey
Check.
that has now been added since last year. Oh, by the way, you've got guys like George Kittle, Elijah Mitchell. Oh, and this young cat, his name is Brock Purdy. Rookie quarterback. He was Mr. Irrelevant. Well, so far he's been pretty relevant for the San Francisco 49ers. What's the biggest thing that stands out to you about San Francisco offensively that's going to challenge this Dallas defense?
Versatility. I mean, these guys. You got to understand your keys and stay locked in on them. Your assignments. Alignment and assignments is absolutely everything this week because whoever is calling the plays, I don't know if it's Shanahan, I don't know if it's, was it Chris Forrester, Bobby Slowick, whoever they want to say.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
definitely Shanahan.
Whoever they want to say. Okay.
You know it's Shanahan.
Anyways, these guys, they
You know who it is.
It's one thing to have a bunch of talent offensively. It's another thing to utilize all of it. And when I say utilize all of it, it doesn't mean that everybody has to get their yards every game. I mean that one day it might be Christian McCaffrey that goes off, and another day it might be Debo, and another day it might be Brandon Ayuk, right? Another day these guys just have weapons, and I haven't even mentioned Kittle yet.
Nope.
The thing, they utilize each person's assets to the greatest of their ability. McCaffrey, they get him out in space. They utilize him inside the box. They bring Elijah Mitchell as a change of pace back, okay, and a physical back. And then all of a sudden you have Debo, who can line up in the backfield as a running back. They'll put a Debo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield at the same exact time, and you still have to respect the speed of Brandon Ayuk clearing things out for a Kittle. And if you want to go ahead and use your safety to cut the over routes of Kittle, well, then now you have to worry about Brandon Ayuk going behind you. Oh, and if you want to sit back and with two high safeties, then guess what? They still have a Debo Samuel and Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey that can run the ball. So they really put you in a bind in terms of, hey, do what you do defensively. We're just going to do the opposite, right? We're going to take advantage of whatever it is that your weakness is for that particular look. And that is the trouble, because some guys are kind of just out there as, okay, yeah, they got some skill sets, but we're not going to use them right now. These guys use all of them. And the moment that you start to ignore one of them and forget about one of them because one of the other guys is having a heck of a day, oh, crap, I forgot they got this cat out here. And he's just been waiting in the weeds. So that's what makes it very difficult. I actually closed my laptop last night. I closed it last night. I was watching because I said,
"Get out of my face!"
Because as I started, I mock up my film. I write all on it. I take my notes. I start drawing stuff up, and I was finding myself
annotated.
Yeah, I was finding myself doing it on every play. So I finally just closed. I just closed it. I was like, I'll come back to this tomorrow, because you can't. It's not like last year. Last year I was able to find some tails. Last year,
I was talking about Kittle.
Yeah, we're talking about Kittle. There's some other things, some offensive linemen that were giving away some keys, some indicators. I haven't found one yet. I'm hoping to find something, but they suck. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. There's no way around it.
Yak.
Yards after the catch.
It's one thing that San Francisco does to an elite level. McCaffrey, Yak. Kittle, he'll also, get depth before the reception, but most certainly Yak. Brandon Ayuk with that speed, Yak. Debo Samuel, need I say less? Yak. 74-yard touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks. That was a pass into the flat.
He let it go all the way.
And he took it all the way. He breaks tackles. You've seen him lower his shoulder and lower the boom on incoming defenders. So he's physical, but he also has speed to run past you. So I say all of that to say this is a game where the Cowboys better be on their best behavior as far as tackling after the catch. Tackle, tackle, tackle. And this is a Cowboys team that when they do that, they've proven they can be elite in their own fashion.
Yeah.
In decoding both the Buccaneers and the Cowboys going into the wild card matchup, I noted that the Buccaneers were one of the worst in the league in red zone offense. Cowboys were and are still number one in the league in red zone defense. Yeah. That goes to say, fine, you can allow some yak here and there, but don't allow the home run yak against the 49ers. If you can stop the home run yak and force them a chunk play to put them in the end of red zone, and then now you stare them in the face and say, okay, now do it again. And you know that you have the number one defense in the league in keeping players and teams out of the end zone when they get to the 20-yard line or shorter, your confidence level skyrockets. Skyrockets, because you're not concerned that Debo just got a 30-yard catch or Kittle had a 15-yard. You're like, okay, that sucks, but okay, we're not broken by that. Some teams will get broken by that. Some defenses will get broken like, oh man, here's another chunk play. Here's another chunk play. The Cowboys start to really amp up off of that and say, okay, well, yeah, you got that, but can you get 20 more to get into the end zone? Can you get 15 more to get into the end zone?
Yeah, because as much as they've given up rushing yards, they haven't necessarily broken into the red zone.
What did they just do against Tom Brady?
Forced the pick.
Fourth down. Tom Brady walked that ball down there. J-Ron Kearse is like, nope, that'll be mine. You put Brock Purdy in the same situation. And for me, Brock Purdy being, and this is not to take away from Purdy, he's had an excellent season in supplanting an injured Jimmy Garoppolo. But he's still a rookie going against a seasoned defensive coordinator, going against seasoned players on the defensive side of the ball. LVE is back in the heart of your defense, right? Michael Parsons versus that offensive line. Yes, they got some guys on the offensive line, but it's not a great wall. You can get pressure. Seattle they got hands on Brock Purdy. They were feeling
Seattle had the 49ers
3 quarters. We were texting about
man.
this.
Yeah.
3 quarters. So here's what the Cowboys need to do defensively. You go and you look at the Seattle Seahawks tape, and you go and you look at the New Orleans Saints tape against the 49ers. I get it. I picked the two. I get it. The Saints basically not basically, but they held the 49ers to 13 points. That offense to 13 points. Seattle had them on the ropes for 3 quarters, and that included a lot of pressure on Purdy, that including forcing him to make quick reads and progressions, and he was making incorrect decisions and bad throws. That deep shot to Brandon Ayuk, that could have been an interception, but Ayuk pulled back. Samuel, wide open in the deep middle on the crossing
Missed
route.
him.
He didn't see him.
Yeah.
He didn't see him because the pressure had been getting to him so often through to that point in the game that he felt like his timer had to be quick. That's how you do it.
Facts, but you have to take them. You have to put them in a situation where they can no longer, where they don't have the time to rely on the running game.
Facts. That's all.
Well, look at what they've done this season in rankings. 5th in the NFL in the regular season in terms of yards per game. Right, 365 yards per game. They were 8th in rushing yards, but where were they in time of possession? 3rd. They were right up there. They were just a couple seconds off being the best team in terms of time of possession all year long in the NFL. So you've got to at least make it close, right?
You have to put them in a position where you can get after Purdy.
Yeah.
Because if they feel as if they can just – what did they do last year? What did they do last year against Dallas?
Ran the ball.
They freaking ran the ball.
All over.
You got to know that's what they're
They
going to
went
try
through
to
the
do.
tackles. They went to the outside. They did everything.
And then they added a guy.
Yeah,
Not
they
just
did.
a guy. They had
in my opinion,
one of the best guys.
A guy that used to be the guy.
In my opinion, one of the most versatile backs the NFL has ever seen.
In one of the most
Nobody can
versatile
argue
offensive schemes
Nobody
that the
can argue
NFL
that.
is seeing currently.
Yeah,
Nobody
so
can argue that.
you're talking about making it easy for Purdy. Make it easy. They're making it easy for him, right? Run the ball, short passes. Okay, run the ball, play action, crossing route.
Yak.
Okay, yak, right? You don't have to make the amazing pass down the field. Dallas is going to have to force them into that. What does that mean you have to do? That means that your front 7 and that your safeties and everybody else and their mama, okay, is going to have to come up and tackle. You have to tackle. Teams aren't struggling with the ability to stay in front of San Francisco. Teams are struggling with the ability to bring them down. That's what the issue is. McCaffrey is known for shaking and baking the first 1 or 2 guys. Okay, Debo is known for running out of the first 1 or 2 tackles. You have to get these guys to the ground, but you can't get so honed in on coming down and playing physical with them, because that's what they want to do. They want to play physical ball. That all of a sudden you're red lined and you're coming downhill, and then you got freaking Brandon Ayuk that gets behind you.
You miss your assignment.
Yeah, you miss your assignment. So that's what I mean. Like, it's going to be the most difficult task for our defense in its entirety to stay disciplined on just their assignments.
And no self-inflicted wounds. Cowboys did a fantastic job of no self-inflicted wounds being a thing against Tampa. But I'm going to have to keep looking back at the Seattle game versus the 49ers in the wild card, because you had them.
Freaking one hand in the pocket,
You
man.
had them. Yeah.
Don't fumble the football.
One
But
hand in
my
the
point
pocket.
is-
That's day one stuff for quarterback.
Is that a self-inflicted wound?
That's a self-inflicted
Oh, yeah.
rule. And to back up No-C's point, he's making a very valid point. And we can say this every single week in the NFL. Don't turn the ball over. It's very simple, okay? But it's the recipe for success, especially against the 49ers.
Right.
Tampa Bay, absolutely. You didn't want to give TB12 an opportunity to have more throws. Okay?
Never.
Right.
But you knew that he was going to throw. Right, so there's always a chance that you can tip the ball. There's a chance that you get sacked. If you put a team in a situation like the 49ers, who are very good at moving the ball and moving the chains, who are very good at not turning the ball over, all of a sudden these guys can just turn around and hand the ball off. That's when you're in a bad predicament. Because
That's how you lose the time of possession
that's how
battle,
you-
and they
that's-
take control.
That's how you lose the time possession battle. But these guys are running all kinds of different running schemes. And they're physical, and they got Trent Williams. They got all these guys. Like, this isn't what you want. You don't want to have to line up and hit your head against the wall against these guys in the third and fourth quarter. It's not what you want.
The Seahawks had them 17-16 at the half, and then going into the fourth, it was 17-23. And if you want to go back and say, well, for those box score watchers, they'll look at that final score. and they'll say, oh, 41-23, there was a butt whoop. Well, actually, no, it really wasn't. No. What happened to the Seahawks is what the Cowboys did to the Colts. The Colts had the Cowboys on the ropes for 3 quarters, and a turnover happened, and then things just went to hell.
Spiral.
And that's what happened with the Seattle Seahawks. So they had third quarter, 17-23. Still very much in this game. Geno Smith fumbles in the pocket. Ball is on the ground. Seahawks are staring at it like, what are we supposed to do here? 49ers get the ball, and they just rattle it off from there.
So let that be a warning, though.
Yes.
Because like Mike McCarthy said in his press conference, the win against Tampa Bay only allows you to play 4 more quarters. Not 3 quarters.
You got to play all 4.
Not 2 quarters, but 4 full quarters. We've talked about the versatility of San Francisco and what they do well. Where are they vulnerable? I want to hit that on the other side of the break. Where can you get after the rookie quarterback? And is there something that Dallas has presented Brock Purdy that he hasn't necessarily seen in his NFL career? We'll tell you what that could be when we come back. On the other side of the break, more Talking Cowboys right after this.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Lil Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Lil Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is. It's a non-fungible token.
Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys? Jack Black. Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
As the boys are striving for greatness, do the same with Dallas Cowboys jerseys. Get your hands on premium gear at the nearest Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or log on to shop.com. Oh, let's try this again.
Oh, you got it. You're fine.
You're good.
You're good.
We're going to run it back. As the boys are striving for greatness, do the same with Dallas Cowboys jerseys. Get your hands on premium gear at the nearest Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience and level up your game day look for the NFC Conference Championship.
How about that? Very well done. You guys are having to carry the show today. Thanks for showing up, gentlemen.
That was my best Kyle impression.
That was good. Very well done. All right. Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Nosey Walker. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Chris Beam, of course, running it all in the back. Previewing the San Francisco offense versus the Dallas defense. Brock Purdy. Tell me what he has not seen out of these names that he's faced, all right? Miami, Tampa Bay, Seattle twice, the Washington football team, I guess Washington Commanders, sorry, Las Vegas Raiders, and Arizona Cardinals. Who is Brock Purdy? What has Brock Purdy not seen throughout those games that the Cowboys defense can bring to the table?
I got the answer for you.
Go ahead.
What is it?
Donovan Wilson.
Okay.
I think Donovan Wilson impacts this game in a magnificent fashion. And I think in the aspect of each one of those teams that you named, they have and had tried to execute a safety utilization the way that Dan Quinn is going to utilize Donovan Wilson, but having the blueprint to do something versus having the tools to do something, those are two entirely different things. The Cowboys have both the blueprint and the tool when it comes to dropping down a guy like Donovan Wilson and using him as either a feint to kind of fake that he's going to blitz and then he drops back in short yard coverage, or that he's actually going to come and fire out of the cannon. And if he fires out of the cannon, he can absolutely get to Brock Purdy quickly, expeditiously. And he plays violent. If you're talking about the Cowboys defense needing to make sure they tackle and square up, Donovan Wilson is also one of the better tacklers in the NFL. I think Donovan Wilson is a skeleton key, for lack of a better way to put it. I think Jaron Kearse is another skeleton key. That's why it's paramount that he's healthy and on the field for this game. But for me, talking about those teams you just listed, none of them have a Donovan Wilson.
What do you think? What do they not have?
Relentless, except for the Vegas, but they're in a different space right now. Relentless, just pass rushers.
That's kind of what I was leading on.
Yeah.
They don't have a lion, Isaiah.
Yeah.
That's what they don't have. They don't have Micah Parsons. Look at the two teams that might have the best pass rush out of that bunch.
Yeah, the Raiders.
It's the Raiders and it's Washington. They sacked him for a combined 7 times. Those two teams.
You can get in Purdy's
You can
face.
get after Brock Purdy.
We'll have 7 sacks.
The Cowboys will have 7
This
sacks.
week.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a win.
They're going to get after him.
7 sacks.
That's a win.
Yeah.
But that means the offense has to score points early.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 7 sacks.
If you get 7 sacks and lose this game,
that's a problem.
What in the entire hell
7 sacks.
is going on?
Purdy, Miss Purdy.
Mr. Purdy. Yeah.
I mean, he's got 13
Now
touchdowns.
Professor
He's got
reference.
4 interceptions. He takes care of the football. He is a game manager.
He has not been startled.
That's exactly where I'm
Seattle
getting
startled
at.
him.
Get him
Seattle
started.
startled him.
I think Dallas could get after him a whole lot more than Seattle did.
The thing is, he's familiar with Seattle. You know what I mean? Like,
he had already seen him
And
once.
they still were getting in his face.
Yeah.
So that goes to Kyle's point and to my point earlier in the show. Brock Purdy, you can get in his space, his personal space. You can get in his face, and you can shorten his window to throw the ball. And when you do that, because even when he has time back there, he's not really going through as many progressions as a veteran would. So shrink that time, that window of time, and he's going to start making mistakes.
You have to. So I know we're talking about our defense, San Francisco's offense today. But you can't. We can't approach this conversation without, at least I can't, without making the point that our offense has to get up.
Oh yeah,
because you force their hand now, and Purdy has to throw. Dallas only wins this game if Purdy throws for over 30 passes.
Okay, I can see that.
I could go for that.
Okay,
I could go for
Dallas,
He threw for 30 against against Seattle.
Yeah, and they almost lost. They should have lost if it wasn't for Geno.
No, that's true.
That's facts. I mean,
He threw 35 against the Raiders in a 37-34 win. That was a game that they were trailing up until very late. And then he threw 37 in his first career game, and that was where he came in and filled in against Miami.
Well, let's qualify it better, because you're right. That said, let's add a little bit of an asterisk to it. If the Cowboys can force Purdy into 30 passes that are greater than 5 yards downfield, I think that's a win for the Cowboys. Because you have to keep in mind the dink and duck. It's
an extension of the run game.
74 of his passing yards against the Seahawks was on one play, Deebo Samuel to the flat. Deebo did the rest of the work.
Things.
So that's what I mean. So if you can get him throwing downfield, mid to downfield on 30 passes or more, you've won that game.
I want Brock Purdy to lay in bed Sunday night, close his eyes, and see nothing but 11. That's what I want him to see.
1-1.
Or 90, or 92, or 54, or 56. I don't care. I want it all in his head all night long.
It's going to be a very
D-line
violent
full of dogs.
It is going to be violent, but I want to be the aggressor.
Hankins got him a sack against
Very much
Brady.
so. But I'm saying, like, this defensive front, knowing their character and knowing how competitive they are, they're going to be pissed off from last year's game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you think about some of their new additions. Their new additions are going to adopt that pissed offness. Okay,
passivity.
I like it.
Okay, you talk about a Sam Williams. He's gonna adopt that.
Well,
right?
yeah, Sam he's a byproduct of the mentality
That's
of
what I'm
all
talking
that.
about. Yeah, he's that type of guy. You talk about Hankins. Hankins going to get in that back.
Hankins got him a sack
Devon
against
Clark,
Brady.
maybe?
Yeah, DC. Oh, DC. He definitely going to be up for this one now.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about some of the abilities that these guys have offensively. Oh, he's going to be like, I'm the neutralizer for that.
Oh, yeah.
My size and speed. Oh, yeah. McCaffrey hasn't seen me. Debo hasn't seen me.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. I know he's going to take that personally. I hope
And I took that personally.
that these guys take this personal.
Anthony Barr had some nice little battles back and forth
Barr
with this
looked
San
like
Francisco
he took
team.
last week's game personal.
Yeah.
I liked Barr's approach.
Yeah.
That was the most
Against
physical.
Tampa?
That was the most physical I had seen Barr be in a Dallas Cowboys uniform.
But this is what you love about these matchups, and this is why I say, the angle of catharsis is so valuable, is because you look at the game against Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. All the Cowboys defense heard all week, all Dak Prescott and that offense heard all week was how the organization had never beaten Tom Brady. You can't get over this hump. Yep. It's Tom Brady. It's the playoffs. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. And you saw what happened. Now here comes San Francisco. Not only did San Francisco walk onto your field at AT&T Stadium and embarrass you to knock you out of the playoffs, but also already you're hearing how unstoppable the 49ers are.
The versatility of the offense.
If you're the Cowboys, you don't stand a chance. You might as well not show up. Keep that on the loop. Because this Cowboys defense is champing at the bit to get it done and in magnificent fashion. And they really want to bully the 49ers, who came in last year and bullied them.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? If I was a strength coach, if I was Harold Nash.
Oh, gosh.
Harold Nash was my strength coach when I was doing it. I know Harold.
Send him a text.
Yeah, I'm sending him a text.
Do it right now.
I'm going to do it.
No, on the show.
Yeah, I should do it.
Show it.
In real time.
I think that in the meeting room, the top of the special teams meetings, top of the offensive meetings, top of the defensive meetings, they should show the replay. Okay, and if I see Coach, I'm gonna tell him, show the replay first couple minutes of the meeting while everybody's getting settled into their seats of those guys coming out the tunnel.
Just that.
Coming out just that over and over again, over and over again, over and over again.
And then
it reminds me of when I was I go back past my NFL years and go back to college. We were getting ready to play USC, and they were on top of the world, right? And we needed to beat these guys, okay?
That was right before Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, right?
Right after.
Oh, that's right. It was
after.
after. Sorry.
So we were about to go down to SC, and our strength coach played the fight song on the stereo in the weight room for the entire week. He played the USC fight.
Oh.
I was so over it. By the time we got there, I saw the horse. I wanted to tackle the horse. Like, we were so enraged. So go back and show those guys coming out that locker room last year with the boombox, Debo, Trent Williams, all them guys hyped up, feeling confident. Show that over and over and over again. So when you see those guys, you want to do nothing but just punch them in their chest.
Yeah, and feel free to sprinkle in some, the analyst clips of Cowboys shouldn't show up. This game is going to be a rout. They don't stand a chance. And what I will say, piggybacking off of that, is what popped in my head is keep in mind this game is being played in California. Cowboys' foothold in California is strong. Right, so there was a very, very good turnout. Shout out to Cowboys fans that showed up at Raymond James Stadium. That was a very good turnout. But now you're talking about California Cowboys fans, and they always show up.
No doubt.
So, yes, there will be a lot of red in Levi's, but I think there will be a ton of blue, and that might look like a college game. That might be split 50-50. So the Cowboys are going to have no shortage of fans cheering them on as well, so that's going to help the case.
And I think last year, Cowboys Nation should take it a bit personally, because what happened at AT&T Stadium? You looked out, and what did you see? Saw a whole lot of red.
A whole lot of red.
49ers fans showed out at AT&T Stadium. So if you are on the West Coast and you do listen to Talkin Cowboys, call in Cowboys Nation. Go out there. Suit up, get ready, and get out there to Levi Stadium. So we're previewing the defense going up against that San Francisco offense based off of what you said with versatility, what we've said with motivation, and what we've said with scheme. Who has the advantage at this point going into the game? Which one of those units has the advantage right now?
For Dallas?
For Dallas defense versus the San Francisco offense, which one has the advantage in that matchup specifically?
I'm still figuring that out.
You haven't settled in on it?
I haven't settled in on it yet.
The game goes as the quarterback goes. Yeah. So for me, I'm shrinking it to a micro with so many weapons offensively, McCaffrey, Ayuk, and Samuel, and Kittle, and the list goes on and on. The way to neutralize them is to neutralize the quarterback, and the quarterback is not Tom Brady.
No.
The quarterback is not Jimmy Garoppolo.
Purdy.
The quarterback is a rookie guy who is playing well but hasn't faced this front. The teams he's beating have a combined record of 53 and 58. He's not faced this level of pass rush. He's not faced this defense. So quarterback versus defense, Cowboys have the edge. They got to get in Brock's face.
I think you're right. I think the Cowboys have a defensive edge in this matchup. I would pick the Cowboys in this matchup. When we preview the other way around tomorrow, Cowboys offense versus San Francisco defense, I might have a different story. I'm going to ask you the same question tomorrow. You said you're not settled on it. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to come back.
I got more film to watch.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to get you. But based off of my research, I'm going defense just like Patrick. So check one for the Cowboys, at least on paper and on the film.
Give me 3 more hours of film, and I got you.
Okay. You going to get 3 more hours in by tomorrow?
3 more hours of film.
I'm going to hope to get 3 more hours of sleep by tomorrow. Yeah. I'm hoping to get some of that.
Yeah, you need that.
I do. All right. That's it for us here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company. Special thanks to everybody for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time, to break down the Cowboys offense versus the San Francisco defense. For Chris Beam, Isaiah Stanback, and Patrick No C. Walker, I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long from the Star in Frisco. We'll see you tomorrow on Talking Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?